I'm Sori.
That's Booby.
And Ghosty and Colby. This is the Seventh Wonder, Break the Silence, from the Epic Underground. The Epic Underground is, if you join our Patreon, what do you call that? Forum?
Alliances.
Our Patreon forum. Yeah. There are alliances within there, like people that have grouped together that are like, hey, everybody's dollars like transfer to be points. So you can put your points together and get your songs voted for, and then that shoots them to the top of the list. So that's what happened here. That's why we're reviewing Seventh Wonder. This one's from the Epic Underground. If you're interested in doing that, if you join Patreon for the minimum is $1, and you send me a message and say, hey, how do I get to the alliances? I will give you the information for that. So
yeah. By the time you join, an alliance leader will be contacting you and pitching to you why you should join their alliance. I hope you let them join us. Okay, so this is Seventh Wonder. The song is called Break the Silence. Yep. And we're 4 weeks late on it because we had maternity leave.
Right.
For timely topical political commentary, you can hit us up in Middle America with Vin and Sori.
My Sori Life has been moved to exclusively for Patreon.
If you want to see behind the scenes stuff, that'll be on Patreon.
Yes. The next video to be uploaded, you didn't put it anywhere, right? Of the
I didn't.
So we have Orion trying his first lemon, so that'll be up on there. Hopefully by tomorrow.
Sure. All right.
If I can get this. Help!
Also, if you want a Sori Secret shirt, you can go to the link at the bottom. There's the Sori Secret shirt right there.
Or in the description of the video, either one. Here's the front, and the back says, maybe you're sick because of your secrets. And remember, if you purchase one of these and send us a picture, we will add you into one of our videos.
Right. Or if you win one, because there's a potential to win.
Yes.
A Sori Secret shirt for free.
You just have to know the numbers.
Sadat. Okay.
Yeah, ready?
Let's go.
Go.
Think about love and the things that I've done. A heart open wide and I stepped a knife.
Yikes.
How could I feel the way that I felt? I swear it was a love and was heaven sent. You set me free, never cared for me. I needed love, a touch from your hand. I need to feel you care. Then there he was, made me feel whole inside. This burden of guilt tears me up.
Wow, man.
You must believe I've tried.
Oh, man, yeah.
Is everyone here? There's no need to feel any fear. We're handing out rations of food and water, clothing, shelter. Bring all those left to me. Please understand, in this cold wind that blows, that is heavy, that lazy boy can help. There's no way you could make it through. I will not be patronized by you.
What the else thing?
I have no idea.
This one had a fun sound to it. Like, there was some parts that sounded like, I don't know, like a summer song. And then other parts of it where it got heavy. I enjoyed this.
Yeah. The lyrics were strange. I thought, okay, this has to be a concept record.
Well, I think it definitely is.
There's too much randomness and references that it seems that you can't get unless you know the whole record. Then I go to song 10. Break the Silence is song 10, which means that there's a whole bunch of stuff that we didn't know before. And I was right. Mercy Falls is the third studio album by Swedish. I swear, Sweden.
They're crazy.
They're such a small country comparatively speaking, but they produce like the best musicians of all time. I don't understand. What are you guys doing in Sweden? I forgot. Somebody said like you can, like the government. Didn't Yan say like sometimes the government like subsidizes musicians or artists or whatever?
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think it was Yan.
Hearing that.
T-Waz, message me, bruh. It is a concept album, so we were right. There you are. That tells the story of a victim of a car crash who, upon awakening from a coma, finds himself in the mysterious town of Mercy Falls, a fictional world he has dreamed up in his comatose state.
Oh my gosh.
So, I think this guy,
cool.
This guy's still in a coma. This is like a dream or whatever that he's having or whatever.
Okay.
I think about love and the things that I've done. This line right here is crazy. A heart wide open and I stabbed a knife.
I know.
I stabbed the knife.
Yeah.
He stabbed the knife.
Oh. I thought it was I stabbed a knife into the heart that was wide open.
No, it says a heart open wide and I stabbed an. Oh no, you're probably right. I'm being too avant-garde. He stabbed the knife in the heart.
Yeah.
I thought he was saying he stabbed the knife, which is a pretty interesting play on words, I guess you could say.
I just pictured it with somebody who really needed love, and they opened up their heart for it, and somebody stabbed it when it was open.
Yeah.
I won't do that to you.
You've already done it millions of times.
Wow.
Everybody does it. It's just the degree to which it's done. And the intention. Like, did you intentionally purposely stab the person you love in the heart, or did you do it on accident?
I would never intentionally try to hurt you.
Oh, I agree with that.
Unless I yell
Unless
at
you're
you.
mad at me.
Yeah, unless I'm yelling.
Hmm?
Then I intentionally am yelling.
But your yelling doesn't hurt me.
I'm not. My goal isn't to hurt you. My goal is to say how I feel.
You do a good job at it, especially when you yell. I think it's cool. I swear it was love and was heaven sent. No.
Why?
No, I'm
Why
not going to do that.
Well, you should. If you think it's cool, then...
I swear it was love and was heaven sent. You set me free, never cared for me. I needed love, a touch from your hand. I need to feel you care.
Yeah, see, this was just... To me, it was just a person that needs love. They opens up their heart wide, and then the person stabbed them. But it was still the person, like... It was going kind of back and forth.
Yeah, and this is the one that confuses me. I need to feel you care. Then there he was, made me feel whole inside. The burden of guilt tears me up. You must believe I tried. Is everyone here? There's no need to feel any fear. We're handing out rations, food, water, clothing, shelter.
Yeah, that's where
Bring all those left to me. Please understand in this cold wind that blows that it's heavy. That late. See, like, this is where it, like, got really strange for me lyrically.
Yeah.
And I was like, this must be a concept record. Finds himself in a coma. Okay, so here is a man has a mysterious car accident, falls into a coma, is taken to hospital by paramedics. The man in his comatose state dreams he's in a place called Mercy Falls. A few years after the accident, his wife comes to visit him, as she apparently has been doing constantly ever since that night. She comments that the doctors are still trying to wake him. She leaves his side but turns on the radio to comfort her husband. Within the man's mind, he dreams of a woman who lives in Mercy Falls, who constantly stays locked inside the tall house, an empty mansion that the children fear to approach. He begins to realize that she's a reflection of himself because he is trapped inside his own empty mind and completely isolated from those he loves. He believes that if he can meet this woman and help her to leave her mansion, he will be able to leave Mercy Falls himself and finally see his family again. Okay, so that's why here it's like he's talking to a woman and then it switches to then there he was, because really the woman is himself, I think, is what's happening.
Mm-hmm. They're going to have to harvest bone marrow from his son. Maybe that's the lazy boy can help.
Huh? No, a lazy boy is furniture.
They're talking about furniture?
Yeah, because he needs to sit because his back is hurting, right? Isn't that what he said? There's no way you can make it through. I'll not be patronized by you, but my back may hurt, so okay, bring it away. The lazy boy, the furniture. What is wrong with you?
Well, because over there it says, where were we? Yeah. Back in the hospital ward, the doctor speaks to the man's wife and explain that they will have to harvest bone marrow from his son in desperate attempts to heal the man in his coma. This apparently is their last hope to try to awaken him.
Back in Mercy Falls.
So I didn't know if he was like just some lazy kid, but they were like, well, he'll help. The lazy boy can help.
Back in Mercy Falls, the townspeople prepare for a terrible storm that could destroy their village. The storm, of course, is the doctors trying to cure the man using the bone marrow, therefore trying to destroy Mercy Falls. That's really interesting.
Yeah, that is.
The townspeople unite and build up defenses against the storm, and their town is saved. Therefore, the medical procedure has failed.
Oh my gosh.
La ilaha illallah. The man's wife and the doctors give up hope, and at the album's emotional climax, the last goodbye, they turn off his life support machines and assure him that his memory will live on. He passes from Mercy Falls into the afterlife, and as he is dying, he has a flashback which reveals a conversation he had with his wife several years ago in the car. She told him that her son was, in truth, not his. Shocked so suddenly, he crashes the car, bringing the timeline back to the beginning of the album. This explains why the bone marrow transplant from his son was unsuccessful. Wow, because it wasn't his.
Whoa.
Yikes. The son struggles with the absence of his father and his mother. The mother appears to be struggling with the guilt and turns to alcohol. Okay, so the he there is, now we're going back into the hospital world. The son refers to it as the muddy water. Not only did she cause the accident in the first place by telling the man that the son he thought was his was not, but she attempts to bring him out of his coma also failed because of her infidelities. She lets her son go through the pain of a bone marrow transplant.
Yeah, no kidding,
even though
that's
she
what I
knew
was
it wouldn't
thinking.
work, she continues to keep her infidelity a secret. The final song, The Black Parade, tells him the man's experience passing into the afterlife. Good lord.
Yeah, I thought that was, I was like, why would you?
That's terrible. Okay, so now we've got some context for the song.
Okay.
I think about the love and the things that I've done, a heart open wide, and I stab. Okay. How could I feel the way that I felt? I swear it was love and was heaven sent. You set me free. I think it's
cared for me.
This has to be a conversation. So is this the wife must have been saying this, and then.
And he's saying, how could I feel the way that I felt? I swear it was love and it was heaven sent.
No, I think this is a woman talking.
You set me free, never cared for me. It could be him.
Maybe that's why she cheated on him.
Because she wasn't feeling enough love.
She wasn't feeling. She never felt loved. So maybe that's the reason that she cheated on him. Because in what sense would she have set him free? We're not at the point where he's dying yet.
No, but you know how like sometimes people feel like people don't realize where their relationship is at, and they're like, oh, like they set me free, like they were everything to me. I don't understand why they did this to me, why they cheated on me. You know what I mean? Like if he's saying that's what she did for him.
Oh.
But then now.
I don't think so, because look, she says, I needed love, a touch from your hand, I need to feel you cared. Then there he was, he made me feel whole inside.
Yep.
And then she talks about the burden of guilt.
You're right.
You must believe I tried. So she tried to stay faithful, but she couldn't because she wasn't getting enough emotional, whatever from her boyfriend, husband, whatever this guy was.
I do hear a lot of women say that, though.
And then, you must believe I tried. And then, is everyone here? There's no need to feel any fear. This is for the coming storm because of the transplant.
Rations, food, clothing. Yep.
Yeah. Bring all those left to me. That's kind of the head of the town. The lazy boy can help. There's no way you could make it through. I'll not be patronized by you.
Oh
okay, gosh. So she is wrestling with the guilt of, it's that revelation that caused the entire situation in the first place.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That's terrible.
Why would you tell somebody something so horrible while they're driving anyway?
I mean, if you were going to tell me something like that, it would probably be on one of our drives.
That's true.
That's when we talk. She doesn't expect he's going to, you know. I remember in the previous relationship I was in, I used to say to her, "You're killing me." I used to say, "You are killing me." And she'd say, "Yeah, you're Superman." Like I think that's a thing, like, especially with women. Like, this is no disrespect to women. I just think that, especially if you put off a certain type of energy as a man, like, they don't think that you can hurt them or whatever. It's almost like they don't believe that you can hurt them, or that you can come to a breaking point with stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it depends on the dynamics of the relationship, because they're, you know, I've been in relationships where I never thought, I never would have thought the person was Superman. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Right, but this person was like, well, you're
But you know
Superman.
what? I think that they thought that about me.
Right.
Which is why, you know, yeah.
No,
So,
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, they thought you were
I think there's always one person that's kind of like the carrier of the relationship, and then, yikes. Yeah.
So, yeah, I think she just told him that, and she just thought he'd, you know. Because I had those conversations, you know, with the other person, and I was like, well, you know, I'm not leaving, so we're just going to have to move on from this situation. And you know, keep it moving.
Yeah.
So, there are some times in relationships where people just get those roles, and she probably didn't expect that revelation would make him have a car accident or whatever. You know what I mean? But everybody has their breaking points at some point. You know, and then she had to deal. It's a very amazing to me that she went through those lengths. First of all, this is an amazing story. Good Lord.
Oh, I know. Did it kind of remind you of Once?
Yes, because of alternating universes and all that.
But it would make a great series.
Bonus DVD containing video footage from the recording as well as interviews from the band. I would have liked to have seen, if they really went all out, I would have liked to have seen like a video, like representation of the song being in the soundtrack, like a metal musical, because this is a pretty interesting story.
Yeah.
They could have made a good hour and a half metal musical out of this thing. And I would definitely buy that and watch that for sure. So, yeah, it's amazing to me that this woman went through all of these machinations to maintain a lie.
Yeah.
And it's weird because it's one of those things where it's like, at one point, she broke down and told the truth. But then it's like, well, then why did you lie about the bone marrow thing? See what I'm saying? If you knew that the kid obviously wasn't a match, why would you put? That's a very painful procedure, by the way. It is extremely painful. So it's like, why would you do that? Why would you, you know what I'm saying? Like, you already told the truth before. So why would you then revert back to maintaining a lie?
Because there's so many things in that story that it's going to get worse. So, you know how, like, when people lie, the thing gets bigger and bigger and bigger because one lie inevitably leads to another, which leads to another. And at some point you have to just say, okay, like, I'm going to accept the consequences of these lies and I'm going to stop. Well, she didn't want to do that because if she would have, so she decided, okay, she was going to tell him, and then he crashed. So that means her son, she just basically killed his father, but it's not his father. And he doesn't know that. You know how traumatizing that is to a kid to grow up and then be told, actually, that's not your dad?
It's a hell of a time to learn that that's not your dad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then she doesn't want to say anything.
Yeah.
So she figures, you know what, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut and let this thing ride itself out. But then the doctor comes up with this idea, probably tells them both at the same time. So then she either has to confess it there. Now she has to tell the doctor too. This thing's, you know what I'm saying, keeps getting bigger. And obviously, I mean, that's a pretty selfish person that's going to let your son go through that painful. And he could have died. Anytime somebody goes under, they cannot make it.
True, Kanye West's mom died.
She could have lost, right.
Just breast implants.
Right.
You know.
So she could have lost everybody all because of that. That's crazy.
Look, so I clicked on Back in Time, and it's just an interlude. Woman, honey, man, Woman, there's something I've been needing to tell you for a long time. Man, okay, I'm so sorry, but oh God, how am I gonna say this? It's not your child. Man, what? Car crashing sound. Oh my God, what a disaster. What a disaster.
That's gonna actually be worse. Like when she wasn't just saying I cheated on you.
Yeah.
I think she should have started with that and then got to the other one.
There's no way to positively have that discussion.
No, but to...
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
I would have just said, I cheated on you. And I would have said around when the time was and kind of let you start piecing it together so it would kind of come to you slowly. I don't think coming... Oh
no, you'd have to come out and tell the guy because nobody would figure that out by themselves. I wouldn't.
Huh?
I wouldn't. I wouldn't figure that out by myself.
If
I would tell me.
No, if I was like, you know,
you'd have to tell me. I'm just telling you. You'd have to tell me.
Well, it's not the case. Ryan's yours.
I would. Well, yeah, that's obvious. There's no mystery about that. There's no mystery about that. We know that Orion's mine, but I hear what you're saying though. What a terrible situation. That's such a terrible situation to be in.
I know.
That's why you know, like, just break up with the person.
Oh, I agree.
Just like call it good, and that's it. It's over. Seduct. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. Just let it go. But yeah, that's pretty harsh. But it's an amazing story though. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like,
what do you give the song? It was high for me. I'm going like 9.8, and I'm not even sure why I'm not giving it a 10.
Well, yeah, I mean, because now that we know the story, you know, it makes sense. Before I was like, what the hell is this guy talking about? Mm-hmm. Because it just seems so random. His back is probably hurting because of the act. It's just, that's the other thing that's very interesting to me is how, that's always something I've been curious about, is how does the mind work when you're in a coma? You know what I mean? And what is the interplay between the spirit and the soul and all that? Because it kind of does explore that to some degree, because he goes into the afterlife. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So,
yeah.
Those are all things that have been very curious to me.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Wait,
tell me what you rank it.
I'm
not distracted. I'm thinking and talking.
I already gave it a 9.8.
I'll give it a 9. I really liked the music. The musicianship was great.
Know.
And anytime a band uses the bass like that, like they use bass, and feature the bass, there are a couple moments in the song where the bass was featured. I really appreciate that, because when I first got into metal, I'm like, why does any of these bands have a bassist? Like,
yeah, I remember you said that.
It's like, who cares about the bass? Like, who cares? But there are a couple songs, Devourly Colossus by Nebula Discars, that really, like, there's that one segment where they were really focusing. They made the bass the center of the movement of the music.
Yes.
I really appreciated that. So that itself gets a 0.5. So I'm gonna go 9.5 for this song, for this band.
There we go.
There you are.
All right.
Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone.
I think about love and the things that I've done. A heart open wide, and I stepped in